Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And welcome to episode 2. We've got the duster now all tucked away in the garage. And it's time to dig in, have a look at this thing. This episode we're going to do a walk around, just really take a look at what shape the car's in, some of the issues that we're going to have to address in the build. And we'll also take a look at the trim tag and decode that. All right, let's dig in. All right, well, let's start at the back of the car. One of my absolute favorite parts of these dusters, particularly the 70 and 71 years. Those taillights, come on, are you kidding me? How sexy is that? Not to mention that. This, not so much. I don't know. The previous owner thought it was a fantastic idea to drill 2 holes in the tail panel and mount the light socket for the hitch. So clearly this car's been doing some towing in its life. You can see the car's from Montana, and last registered, it would appear, in 1998. So been off the road, as far as I can tell, for 26 years. And as you'll see as we go through the car, it's really untouched. It has been used, that's for certain, but it's really untouched. We'll go through this rear bumper. Pretty good driver quality. You can see though it's got one dent here and a small dent here. Otherwise, it's a great bumper. It's not gonna do for the build that I'm putting together here, but I'll hang on to it. If I ever do another car with a painted bumper, then it'd be a great candidate for that because it's not rusted. It's just got a couple dents. I've got both bumpers still, original bumpers for the Charger. I've held onto those, and you never know, I might use them. If not, they can go on Marketplace or to swap meet. Anyway, the point is those bumpers aren't gonna, front and back you'll see, aren't gonna do for the build. The tail panel though, looks good. It's got some issues I gotta address. There's light metal work, hammer and dolly work there, and then really light filler work to repair that. The tail panel's in great shape. The deck lid as well. We'll get in there at the end and open up and take a look, but for now on the outside, it's in great shape. So the only issue that you might never tell pick up on the camera, but very typical of these 70 and 71, I believe. In 72, they put a rib down the middle of these deck lids to help prevent the denting that would happen. People slam the lid, and so this one has the very characteristic 1 or 2 small dents right here that we'll have to repair. I don't want to put a ribbed deck lid in this car. I just like that flat look on these cars. I think it's the best look. So again, easy fix, and you know, given that this car is going to be looked after a little bit different, I know how to close the lid properly, not dent that going forward. The quarters, starting with the passenger side quarter here, it's got a little bit of rust. Otherwise, this quarter is in pretty good shape. This is starting to go down here. If I was going to try and save the quarter, that's a pretty easy repair. There's going to be some repair work underneath of that with the rocker panel. The rear rocker, the inner rocker, is going to need some repair work, because that's surely the water and debris coming down from the quarter, down inside and settling in here. It's very typical. And so if there's rust here, you can bet there's some surface rust, if not rotted through the rocker inside there. Again, easy to fix though. But that's not the plan for this car. The plan will be to put new full quarters on it. As you'll see, From what I can tell so far, it's only day 2 here. I'm only going to need from AMD the new full quarters. I think I can reuse everything else that's on the car, just with some light metal work and body work. We'll take a look underneath the car a bit later, but we'll just stay on the outside. The rear glass, I think it's original, and it's been, as you can see, tinted at one point, and someone's peeled it off, but the residue is still there, so that'll be fun to get off. The trim, though, in great shape. As you've seen from the videos for the Charger and the Cuda, I can bring that stainless back no problem with a lot of elbow grease, several grits of sandpaper, starting with, well, depending on if there's any dents and filing, if there's any filing and hammer dulling and then filing required, we'll start at 80 grit. Otherwise, by the looks of it, there's no dents, so I'll start probably at a 220 grit and go all the way up to 1500, maybe a 2000, and then over to the buffing wheel. And I can bring that stainless back. It'll look brand new, just like on, as I said, the Cuda and the Charger. So that's good to have, in good shape. The stainless around both doors are in good shape, and around the windshield. So all stainless on the car is great. Roof's in great shape in the car. It's got some really nice patina. If you actually liked this Citron Mist Plymouth Paint Coat FY4, well, this would be a great candidate for a clear coat or for some kind of shine juice. But that's not the plan for this car. Someone put Krager's on the car, which, you know, for now, sitting in the garage, certainly better than the skinny dog dish tires that would have came with this car. So they're great for rolling around. Not the wheels that are going to stay in this car. These are small bolt pattern, both back and front. There's going to be a new rear end with a large bolt pattern and a different front end. So these will just be short-term use. They may see themselves on the marketplace at some point. Let's take a look. The door, both doors I can say, and you'll see from when I do the walk around on the driver's side, both doors, including up front here, all in great shape. And importantly, the lip on the door, all along in great shape. Like, for this age of this car, come on. Just some light cleanup. I don't even think I'll have to sandblast that. It's in fantastic shape. All inside the door jamb, B-pillar, rocker, all just light cleanup. A-pillar, come on, you kidding me? It's in fantastic shape. It does need hinge repair. It needs new bushings, just like, again, all these Mopars and most cars that are this old. But that's easy bushing, drill and replace. I did it on both the Cuda and the Charger. Easy fix. So, both doors, fully repairable and usable. The windshield has a small crack, as you can see. Oh, maybe one more crack. Oh, and a chip. Yeah, so new windshield, but otherwise, all the glass is reusable. Door glass is great on both sides, and the rear quarter glass is in great shape both sides. All original to the car, which is fantastic. Upper cowl, in great shape. As you can see, there's typical where the lead work is. There's some bubbling here, some cracking. Again, easy fix, no worries there. There's some kind of a dent here. Again, leading is here too, but there's been some kind of an impact dent there. That's, like, from a metal work perspective, that's easy to fix. Oh, look at that. Oh. And then, yeah, the dog legs, need some help. But AMD stopped making just the dog legs, but there's still stock available. And so I think that's probably the route I'll go, because I think I'm gonna need the inner brace as well as, of course, from, let's say, here down. And while I could do that with just shaping metal and putting it, forming it and melding it in, I just don't know if it's gonna be worth it. If I can get those new dog legs, it'll make for a much cleaner finish. So that's likely the route I'll go on these fenders, because as you'll see otherwise, these fenders are in terrific shape. Okay, maybe not perfect, but in pretty good shape. That dent's easy to punch out. A little bit of hammer dolling and then some light fill, easy fix. The hood, again, some just amazing patina. Again, if you like Citron Mist, this car would look pretty cool, and you like the patina look. And this car would look pretty cool, just shine juice or clear coat. Front Kragers as well, they seem to be holding air. I've noticed that on the trip home, that one lost air. And you'll see that on the other side of the car, there's a dog dish steel rim on the driver's side rear, because the previous owner said that the Krager on that side was leaking air. So something to address just while it's sitting in here and I'm moving around doing metal work and getting this car going. There is on this fender, yes, some typical rust up here. Anyhow, again, that's easy to fix. It's not worth replacing that fender. From what I can tell, I can reuse both these fenders. Grille, standard grille, looks like the original. It is in rough shape, cracks, missing fins, broken fins, you name it. It's rough shape. It doesn't matter. You might have guessed it. There's a shark tooth that's going to go in this car, so that grille will come out, and I don't think it'll be worth anything, so it'll go in the scraps. Valance, all good. The front bumper is in pretty good shape. It's got this little crack. Well, it's not even a crack. It's not a crack. Pardon me. It's a scratch and a light dent. It looks to be good driver quality, but it's not going to pass the test for the type of build that we're doing here. So I will need both front and rear bumpers. I'll need the front grille. Otherwise, I can reuse what's here in the car. Look at that. Oh, Plymouth. We'll get under the hood here. Take a look. One sec. As you can see, this car, it just looks like it's been untouched, like, apart from that, who does this and why? What are you doing that requires that type of horn? I'm very curious to see what that sounds like. Anyhow, that will be one of the first things that comes off the car. But otherwise, just like, this car is just untouched. Routine maintenance, it looks like, and that's it. Standard brakes, standard steering. This is a base model car. You can see it looks like original QC mark there. I don't know the status of this engine. Next episode, we're going to do a will it run, and we'll see if we can get her going. Inside, quite pleased with the status in here too. Again, there's this rust repair that I'll have to take care of there. Not a big deal. And from what I can tell, 2 or 3 minor spots on the aprons. Got here to address. Not worth replacing the whole apron. I can fix that. I'll cut that out and put a new piece in there, weld it up, a little bit of body work, and it'll be perfect. Same on that side. The rest of the apron, looks to be in great shape. Both sides, quite happy. It's funny, original, I don't know if you could pick it up on the camera, but paint run from what I'm sure is the factory there. Because nobody would have given the rest of this car. This car has not seen a repaint. It's the original paint. The hood, as I said, it's in great shape, completely usable. It needs a media blast, for sure. Just especially along these seams, and I got to get this undercoating off, so I'll do with some chemical on scraper. I'll get that off. Otherwise, both lips, front and back and sides of this hood are great. So we'll be reusing that hood, which again is a huge money saver. Moving around, front fender, driver's side, some minor dings, scratches, but really easy to fix. The other Krager. This dog leg, I gotta stop at that again. Look at that, come on. And then this dog leg as well. It's not as bad, again, because the passenger side is where most of the rust damage happens from driving on those roads. But again, if I can get the AMD lowers on that, I mean, that might not even need it. I could probably metalwork and cut that and replace it, but we'll see. I got to get this off and do a better inspection, but otherwise the lips on the fenders are fantastic. Like it's just incredible. While the car looks rough, it's in great shape, and really, really easily restorable. It's a good build car for what I'm going to do. This door, again, I covered the windshield. Stainless is good. The stainless is good too. This door, also good. It's got a dent here that I got to work out. But again, that's not hard to fix. The door, both the Cuda and the Charger, I had issues with the front here, having a rust spot. This is really solid. No evidence at all of rust. And you'll see the lip on this door is good as well. This rocker is also in good shape. Let me get under here a bit better. It's got a dent right there that I gotta fix, but not rusted, just some dents here and there. So it just, pardon me, it just needs to be cleaned up, media blasted, and some dent repair work, metal work there, and that's way fixable. Will not need to put rockers on this car. Here's the door tag, built in March of 1970. There's the VIN, previous maintenance sticker, which is pretty cool history for the car. Which again, you can see door lips all the way around, both sides. I might need better lighting here, but take my word for it. The lip on both sides here is fantastic. And the rocker. And the pillar. Both sides. B-pillar. In great shape. So really happy with that. This quarter, as I said, will get replaced. It does have a dent here, which is fixable, which is fine. It does not have, it actually does, pardon me. It does start, same issue on the other side. Debris and water comes down here, makes its way down and just sits down here because this quarter panel is welded to the rocker and it's a trap for debris. It's a pretty common place for us to start. So again, repairable with this quarter, but when you see the rest of this quarter, namely this rather large dent scratch, this particular piece here, and of course the rust here, it is going to be easier just to put a quarter on. Yeah, it's a bit of money, but the amount of hours I have into this quarter to fix it just isn't worth it. So 2 new quarters, which if that's all the AMD I have to order for this car, because you'll see the rails are in great shape. I will need, I don't think a full floor, but I'll need passenger side and driver's side floor pans. We'll get this car up onto the hoist. Not today, I gotta get it for a better day to get the charger out. And we'll get this duster up on the hoist and we'll have a walk around underneath. But from what I can tell, again, I'm just gonna need AMD rear quarters, everything else, and the dog legs, pardon me, for the fenders. From what I can tell, that's the main pieces. I'll need some minor stuff, like of course I'm gonna need a battery tray, but come on, that's nothing. Let's take a look at the interior. It's a real beautiful interior. No. The door cards actually aren't in bad shape, but it doesn't matter. This interior will go black. Yeah, I know, it's probably an overused color and boring, but I like black interiors, and that's what this is gonna have. And it's complete. Everything is here. I'm really happy that the dash is here because, as you can see, it's totally fine. Just needs to be dyed. Ready to go. The car has 62,000 miles. Is that original? I don't know. Here are the pedals. You tell me, put your comments in the comment box below. It might be 162 miles. The rest of the car doesn't tell me that it's a 162,000 mile car. So I'm thinking it might be 62,000 original miles. As you can see, it's got the green interior, really nice. The headliner is no longer headlining, so that's coming down. But again, easy to do. Like, this headliner will be a breeze after doing the Charger headliner. This one will be a piece of cake. Otherwise, the pieces and panels will get dyed, spray painted Lando black, not unlike the Cuda and the Charger. Of course, new dash. Haven't decided what I'm going to do with the gauge cluster yet. We'll stay tuned on that. Dakota Digital doesn't make a replacement cluster for the A-bodies yet. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but we'll see. The bed sheet is, I'm sure, in wonderful shape. I'm not going to look under this cover because I'm afraid to. It will go buckets, but for now, the bench will be in there to get the car moving around. Someone at some point put in a blue rear seat, which is just nice, except for that crack. Again, will get recovered, but the frame I'm sure will be fine, and so we'll just blast the frame, paint it black, new foams, new vinyl from Legendary Rock and Roll. So 3-speed on the floor. We'll go to the trim tag in a little bit, but 3-speed on the floor. So it does have the 3 pedals, which is, something for this car. Something going for it. The dog dish on the driver's side rear I talked about. We'll see if we can get that air Krager to hold air. Let's have a look under the deck lid. All right. So, as I was saying earlier, the deck lid's in fantastic shape. It's just the sealer and the paint that's been chipping here, like, it is perfectly reusable. Just a media blast, and this deck lid is ready to rock. All the seams are good, and I can't, apart from these 2 small little dents here, that deck lid's ready to go. Inside, rear deck filler, all in great shape. Stainless, not dented, everything is just beautiful. All that filler panel is great. Just sanding and, just a media blast in this car, and we are ready for bodywork, metalwork, bodywork paint. Like, it's great. Inside here, I haven't pulled this stuff out. It's as it was when I bought the car last week. So I'm gonna set the camera up and we'll pull this stuff out of here and see. We'll have a better look at the trunk, because that still is a question mark. I'm expecting the rear spare tire well to be shot. It typically is on these cars, so that's a given. But the rest of the trunk floor could be a problem. Let's see. We'll get the camera set up and go. All right, let's get this stuff pulled out of here. Dog dish, in pretty good shape, but not perfect. But if you're looking for a driver quality dog dish, those are two beautiful candidates. And the one on the car is also in great shape. So it could be worth something someday. Lug nuts and Krager. And let's see how this dog dish looks. Now this one's got some dents in it, so a little less ideal. But still, definitely driver quality. This air cleaner, what is happening with this? It's not from this car, that's for sure. If you think you know what that's from, let me know. Let's see if I can get a part number. I'm not even sure if it's Mopar. Let's see a stamp. That looks like a Mopar style, but I don't know. No obvious stamping. So if you can tell by looking at it what that's off of, drop it down in the comments so I know what to put it up as on Marketplace. Let's get these tires out. Okay, so it's in desperate need to be cleaned out, because it's just promoting moisture right now, but hopefully you can see that okay. It's not the greatest lighting. Apologies, I work on that. But for now, I think it's gonna need extensions. Those feel pretty weak. But the rest of the floor actually might be savable. The top of the extensions are savable, but wow. Again, it's just really needs to be cleaned out because that's just capturing moisture. Ugh. I guess this car didn't come with a jack. Noticing that. That's no big deal, but look at that. That's the original Citron Mist. Giddy up. So, yeah, as expected. Actually, it's not even as bad as I've seen so many of these, right? Like, typically, these things are just gone. Swiss cheese. Now, a plate's been added to this one, and I think that's got to do with the hitch that's on the back of here, which is, just great. Anyway, but actually, so yes, it does need at least the spare tire well that AMD makes, but I don't think I'm going to need a full trunk floor on this, which makes me happy. So, 2 rear quarters, spare tire well, and probably extensions is what we're at to right now for the AMD bill. I can live with that. Like everything else, I really, again, the Charger was probably the worst in rush repair. So I feel a bit spoiled right now, I gotta say. A, because it's untouched. The charger was ripped apart in boxes and missing pieces all over the place. This is complete, and rust is really manageable. All right. So now let's have a little look under the car, as best I can do right now, until I get it up in the hoist, and then I'll do a short episode on underside of the car. On the hoist will really be the best way to look at it, and that won't be for a little while. I gotta, again, just wait for some nicer weather. We'll get the charger over the other side of the garage, and we'll pull this duster up on it. All right, run to the car now. Let's have a look. Let's see. Extensions, drop downs are rough, so you can see, especially over here. Yes, it's fixable, but it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. We'll order those, so add that to the list. Rear frame rail. Sorry, it's just a little hard to see. The frame rails on this car are amazing. Factory undercoat, and the fact that this thing, I don't think, ever saw salt, has resulted in solid underside of the car. We'll get some better look at the other frame rail sides, but very happy with that. That's gonna get cut off ASAP. Over here, the hangers, a little hard to tell, but again, factory undercoat and in fantastic shape. So bones of this car are fantastic. I had to do so much replacement on the charger. Let's have a look on this side. Again, I feel spoiled. Hangers, again, in great shape. Even this rear panel right here, I forget what that's called, but it ties both rear frame rails together. I had to replace that on the Charger. This one, yeah, it looks good. It just needs to be media blasted. Again, saving a bunch of money. This rear rail, factory undercoat, beautiful shape. You want to see the most powerful rear end in Mopar history? The mighty 7 1/4. No. Yeah, these extensions too. Yeah, this side's, well, how's it go? It's not awful, but with the quarter off, it'll be easy to repair those, or sorry, replace them, and that will be the best way, the best look for this car. Okay, let's get into the side of the car and have a look at that part. All right, this side, driver's side, front hanger. I mean, this car is very dirty. It's like it was dragged or sat in the mud. But, so apart from the cleaning, factory undercoat, front hanger, front frame rail, in fantastic shape. Torsion bar, cross member, just light surface rust. Really, yeah, just, it's in great shape. Inner sill, Take a look at that frame rail. Again, great shape. This will look a lot better and easier when it's on the hoist, but you know, for now, so you can appreciate the foundation that I'm starting with here is just fantastic. Front frame rail. Light surface rust. A media blast will have that cleaned up. It's in great shape. This part of the frame rail. Again, great shape. Very pleased with that. Let's take a look at the other side. All right, we're looking in from the passenger side now. And again, it looks like this thing was dragged through mud, but so it needs a good cleaning. But you can see factory undercoat on that frame rail, in good shape. Even the floors, like, crazy. I know it's hard for you to see, but even the floors are in great shape. I know it's hard to see on the camera, but until we get this thing on the hoist anyway. You'll see later, but take my word, the floors aren't perfect, but for what I've had to deal with in the past and for what this car could be. Look at that crossmember. Great shape. Just factory undercoat. Look at that. It's beautiful steel on there. Look at that. Look at that. Crazy. Yeah, like, I expected I'd have to do floors. And with the drivetrain I'm putting on this thing, I know I gotta cut the tunnel out and redo that. So I expected to cut all that, but I don't know. I might just need left and right floor pans, and that's it. If that. Very pleased. Very, very pleased. I found a bunch of papers. Let's have a look. Okay. Don't know what this is. Not sure. Light bulbs. State sticker for the registration. Look at this. This is a time capsule. A US 25-cent stamp. John Roberts, Farmers Union Insurance, Ronan, Montana. Montana vehicle registration and payment receipt. This is dated, where are we here? Taxes paid through September 30th, 98. Valid through 10/31/98. Very interesting. Let's see what else we got here. Identification card. This looks registration related. Policy, that's insurance right there, policy. Service and warranty contract. I think these are for new tires. Okay. New battery. What's the date of this puppy? No date. That's a shame. Although I guess the 50-month warranty is probably expired. Group 24, heavy duty battery, $44.95. 1990. Oh, come on, what is that? 90. I don't know, what number is that? 90 something. It's a backwards 3. $44.95. Okay, let's see what else we got. This is so cool. What do we got here? Oh, I got the owner's name. Jesse Astorga. 70 Duster. Ball joint. Right hand ball joint. When was this done? Come on. No date. How is there no date on here? Needs tires bad. Install alignment. Oh, date right there. Duh, how did I miss that? 95. Jesse Astorga. That was the previous owner. 95. Alignment, lower ball joint, installation, 130. The Schwab. Okay, what else we got here? Tina Marie's Smoke Shop. Warren Parkway 93. Beer, film, pop ice snacks, nice cigars. Oh yes. Buyer's Guide, Plymouth Duster. As is no warranty. From what organization? Does not say. Oklahoma City. What? Did this car come from Oklahoma originally? Pieces to a puzzle. Odometer mileage statement. 44,000 miles. Come on, how is that year not filled out? Seriously? Oh, that's a zip code. Jesse. Ronin Auto Body. Is that when Jesse bought this car and it had 44,000 miles on it? But the date's not filled out. Come on. It's not faded. It's just not even printed on there. Let's see what else we got. Andrea Bennett. State Auditor. Okay. Pay stub. Okay. So this is with Jesus Ortega in 1990. That's for a lawnmower. Okay, great. So it's not Jesse, it's Jesus Ortega. I should have known that. 93. Looks like just gas. Strange. Ronin Auto Body Sales and Service. Unit sold as is, no warranty. 89. Jesus bought it in 89. Is that possible? And so I need to find out in okay, Ronan is in Montana. So I can't explain that Oklahoma form, but he paid $500 for this. Is that right? Huh. Jesus, are you the one that drilled that tail panel to put that trailer light panel in? Switch. Glass case. That's it. That is the paperwork I found in the car. A little more to the car's history. Until next time, guys. Cheers.
Shutters.